We are the middle children of history. No purpose, no place. Fight Club isn't just about two men fighting. It's a brutal deconstruction of society, identity, and the human mind. But what if everything you thought you knew about this film was a lie? Let's dive deep into the world of Fight Club and unravel its shocking twist. Fight Club follows an unnamed narrator, Edward Norton, who is struggling with insomnia and a sense of existential void. He attends support groups for various afflictions to cope with his empty life. He meets Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt, a charismatic soap salesman, and together they form an underground fight club that grows into something much more dangerous. At its core, Fight Club critiques the consumerist society and the identity crises that it creates. The narrator, stuck in a mundane job, feels disconnected from his own life and from what society expects of him. Tyler, the anarchistic figure, represents an escape from this. The film uses Fight Club as a metaphor for the reawakening of raw, primal masculinity, but also for the destruction of the superficial persona that society imposes. The things you own end up owning you. The narrator is struggling with an extreme form of dissociation, feeling disconnected from his own life. His insomnia is a symptom of his fractured identity, and throughout the film, his reality becomes more distorted as he tries to regain control. Tyler's ultimate goal isn't just about personal liberation. He wants to destroy the very fabric of society. Project Mayhem takes the Fight Club ethos to the extreme by targeting major corporations and institutions, leading to escalating acts of violence and destruction. As the narrator becomes more involved, he starts to realize that Tyler's anarchistic ideals might be too extreme, but the damage is already done. Marla is an essential character who represents the narrator's struggle with self-worth and human connection. Initially a nuisance to the narrator, Marla becomes a pivotal figure as the relationship between her, the narrator, and Tyler develops. Her presence highlights the emotional void that both the narrator and Tyler share, and her relationship with Tyler complicates the themes of masculinity and control. The biggest twist in Fight Club is the revelation that Tyler Durden doesn't exist. The narrator has been living in a delusional world where Tyler represents the manifestation of his subconscious desires, his unrestrained id, and his idealized version of freedom. Tyler's actions, the violence, the chaos, everything has been a product of the narrator's fractured mind. Point out subtle clues that hint at this throughout the movie, such as Tyler appearing only when the narrator is alone, the fact that the narrator and Tyler wear similar clothing, and how Marla seems to be involved with both men at different points in time. The narrator finally understands that Tyler is a projection of his psyche, his mind's way of coping with the oppressive pressures he's facing. The fight between them at the end is the ultimate battle for control over his own identity and freedom. The final moments of Fight Club are ambiguous, leaving viewers to wonder about the true nature of the narrator's transformation. In the end, he seemingly shoots himself in an attempt to rid himself of Tyler for good. The destruction of the buildings at the end could signify the narrator's release from the chaos Tyler represents, but the film ends with an unclear vision of what comes next. The narrator shooting himself is a symbolic act of reclaiming power over his mind and rejecting the chaos that Tyler represents. This moment signifies his willingness to face reality, even if it comes at great personal cost. By doing this, he destroys the part of himself that thrived on destruction and rebellion, signaling a desire to regain control over his life and identity. The final shot of Marla holding the narrator's hand as they watch the buildings collapse suggests a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. Marla becomes a grounding force, representing a chance for connection and emotional healing. Their connection implies that, despite the destruction around them, there's potential for a more stable and meaningful life. The explosions in the background reflect the irreversible consequences of Tyler's actions. While the narrator may have defeated his alter ego, the aftermath of his chaotic rebellion remains. This juxtaposition raises an unsettling question. Can he truly find normalcy and redemption in a world still shaped by Tyler's influence? Or is this merely the beginning of a new chapter in his struggle? Fight Club isn't just a story about violence and rebellion. It's a psychological journey that tackles deep questions about identity, society, and self-destruction. But what do you think? Is the narrator truly free, or does he remain trapped in his own mind? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive.